On May 2nd, 2026, something unusual happened across the United States. At airports in Florida, Texas, Nevada, and beyond, flight boards flickered red, meaning canceled, and then more canceled and canceled and canceled, and then a message that stunned the travelers: all flights have been canceled, customer service is no longer available, and no gradual shutdown, no final farewell flights, no transition period, just the end. This was the collapse of Spirit Airlines, an airline that once defined budget travel in America, and with it came a question nobody in aviation can ignore: what happens when the cheapest airline disappears? The ultra low cost revolution, and it begins with base fares sometimes as low as $19 to $49, and every extra service costs money. For example, your carry-on bags, the checked luggage, the seat selection, and even boarding pass printed. And to some travelers it felt like chaos, but to millions of Americans it meant something else. It meant something else completely different. It meant flying became possible again, and Spirit became especially dominant in Florida leisure travel, Caribbean routes, Latin American connections, and short-haul domestic flights. And airports like Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airports, and even Orlando International Airport became its core empire. And that's where we get to the peak of the disruptor at full power. And at its peak in the 2010s and early 2020s, Spirit was the largest ultra low cost carrier in North America. Over 200 aircraft planned at expansion peak, tens of millions of passengers annually, and it is also one of the fastest growing airlines in the US. But more importantly, Spirit influenced everyone else.